Okay, so I'd like to say a warm good evening to everybody who is here today. I don't need plenty of introduction to the people in this class, but for the sake of those who are going to be watching this online in the days to come, who wonder what exactly was going on in that place, my name is Adeolu Akinyemi, and I'm the one who is facilitating this training on sales mastery. And who am I to talk about sales mastery? What credentials do I have that justify my being able to talk about sales mastery? Okay, so I have been selling. Uh, I've been selling now for over 30 years. Uh, and if you look at my age, I just recently shaved my beard. Um, it's a requirement for one course that I'm doing. You wonder what kind of course that is. But it's a requirement for what course I'm doing. So I decided to shave my beards, and they say that I don't even look like I'm 30 yet. So if I say I've been selling for 30 years, you ask me, maybe I've been selling for my mother's womb, but I've been selling. 30 years ago, precisely, I was selling bread and eggs. And not just bread, not just 50 loaves of bread or 10 loaves of bread or just mount loaves of bread. I was selling about 300 loaves of bread in a day. So I would go to the bakery, load a wheelbarrow with a friend, so two wheelbarrows, and load bread. And then when we load the bread, we'll come, organize ourselves, fry the eggs, and sell it with bread and egg, and create our own cream. This was before mayonnaise was popular. Create our own cream, mix it up together, and apply it in such a way that people will want to buy again after buying the first time. This was before Misai, this was before Miti. We invented this business. When I was in school, they called it Risky Burger. Back in the days, as a 15, 14-year-old, I sold. So I've sold. I've sold without knowing the process. I've sold without knowing the psychology. I've sold without understanding the principles behind selling. I've sold and I've learned to sell uh, in structured ways as well. So I've learned to sell uh, intelligently and with a process. Uh, so so today I'm going to share with you. So I'm going to share with you how to sell persuasively, how to be a master in selling. So I like to share with everybody who is here, those key principles. And I'm going to learn over the course of the next 7 days. There are videos to watch, there are books to read, there are assignments to do. I want you to soak this in and internalize the process. Okay, soak this in and internalize the process. It is going to be a valuable process. Okay, very valuable process. So very quickly here, today, if you are here today and you can hear me loud and clear and you are ready to learn, you want to learn, you're ready to learn, I will ask you a question so that you can quickly answer in the chat box. So if you are here today and you have sold before, you have sold something before, and I'm sure everybody here has sold something before. You're here today and you have sold something before, type in that box, yes. Okay, if you're here today and I have not sold anything before, type in that box, no. Okay, so I want to see the yeses and the nos and see how we can progress from there. Yes, 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 yes. So good. Um, I'm talking to a class that is familiar with selling. Okay, somebody says it's breaking seriously. I will do something now. Let me see if this helps. Please help me. If it helps, then I will switch to that. I want to change my source of internet. Uh, okay, not here. Somebody says not breaking where they are. Please, is it breaking where you are? Help me. If it's not breaking, not there. Okay, good. So that means the breaking is localized, because before I change from one good sort of internet to a terrible sort of internet, it's best I get feedback, so I know that I'm good to go on all levels. Thank you very much. So if you're not hearing clearly where you are, it may be a local challenge that you want to find if it's the internet and you can solve. Okay. Thank you very much. It's clear here. Okay, good. So everybody here has sold before. So I'm speaking to a class of professionals. Okay, which is very good. But today there's a lot we need to learn, and that's why we have this class. And I want you to pay attention because selling is very important. And today is an introduction class. So I'd like you to follow me on this very exciting journey. as we share these few key thoughts together. Now, many of you here will know that I'm passionate about one topic. The topic that you will find me very passionate about is the topic of financial intelligence. Many of you know that. But the topic I'm next passionate about is this topic, the topic of sales mastery. Because one of the biggest problems that people have in their finances is they do not have income. And no matter how much you teach somebody how to manage money and how to multiply money, if they are not making money, then you're just wasting your time. Okay? So it's very, very important that people learn how to sell. And if there's any one skill you will need to learn in this world, okay, if there's any skill you need to learn, it is sales mastery. And today, I want to begin to show us what exactly we will begin to learn, what exactly this course is about, and what to expect. Okay? Now, there's this very interesting proverb I like to start my conversations on sales with. This quote says, every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. Every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you had better be running. Ladies and gentlemen, the lion will run for survival. The gazelle will run for survival. Anywhere we are, whoever we are, no matter our status, no matter our level, you and I need to learn how to run. One of the key hallmarks of that running, yes, you need to understand finances and how to manage them. But before you begin to manage anything, you need to learn how to make money. There is no way you will make money without offering value. There's no way you're going to make fantastic income without taking value and offering it to others. And if I'm going to be offering value to others, even though it is value, I must still learn how to sell the value. So selling is important. Somebody asked a question a long time ago, and I think it's a very interesting question. It says, how many of you are planning a career in sales? Okay. Typically, nobody's planning a career in sales. But if everybody doesn't say yes, and I like this class because everybody in this classes have sold before, but not everybody in this class is planning a career in sales, and it says, you know what? I will not even accept it from you if you say that you're not planning a career in sales. Because usually when you talk about sales, what people always think about is products or services. They think that selling is a process of closing a deal on products and services. People don't realize that it's not just products and services that you sell. There is more than products and services to sell. Can someone in this room today give me one other thing we sell that is not either a product or a service? Anybody? I like the fastest finger to type it there in the box. I can see somebody, Ibiakim has raised up her hand. Somebody says ideas, okay? Dr. Fumi says ideas. Dr. Denon says yourself. Very good. And I think those two cover it very well. Yes? You are selling, there are two things you're going to sell. You're going to sell ideas, you're going to sell yourself. And in the career world, for those who have jobs, the only way you're going to advance in your career is because you are a best-selling product. You are selling. Every day, people are buying your public perception of yourself, or buying your perception, either the one you showcase or the one they conjecture. In your career, people will promote you because they feel this person is giving the right vibes. If you're going to marry the person you want to marry, it will be because you are able to communicate yourself clearly enough to the person to see a journey with you. Marriage, friendship, partnership, even in school, there's a way a lecturer looks at a student and knows that by virtue of the way they write and the way they comport themselves and compose themselves, I cannot score this student less than an A. That life is about selling. We are selling impressions. We are selling ideas. We are selling our vision. We're selling ourselves. Okay? That for Jesus Christ, for example, to come and say, follow me, there must be a perception about him that commands followership. For any prophet, to be able to say, come and follow me, it is selling. in every area of life, we can piece it down to the basics and we say, what is this person doing? The person is trying to get you to make a commitment based on an idea, based on a product, a service, or a person. And I'm going to ask you a very simple question. There's a truism here. It says, I don't care your career path that you're on. I don't care the reality that you must sell yourself before you sell your skills. And we're not talking about your persona. Yes, Mrs. Ogulis is even following me here. I'm selling myself. It's not about persona, about people see you as a human being. You need to have personal salesmanship. As an individual, you need to be communicating the correct ideas, the correct perception for people to buy you. Many people, many times before you sell a product, they first of all buy your person. Before you sell a skill, they first of all buy your person. Because people do business with three kinds of people: the ones they know, the ones they like, and the ones they trust. How will they know you? How will they like you? How will they trust you? It means you must be actively selling the idea that allows them to know you. So you're selling and sharing more of yourself. 2, you allow them to like you by showing them more of yourself. You allow them to trust you by demonstrating more and more that you can be trusted. Ladies and gentlemen, for every one of us, we must learn how to sell. Selling is compulsory. And I'm going to ask you a further question. You have 2 options of who to hire: Joe or Bill. You will tell me which one you will hire. Joe had a first class in school, but he's a slug. Is somehow conceited. He feels proud. He doesn't talk too much. He doesn't relate with people well. He doesn't bathe too frequently. He has no friends, but his grades are top grade. That's Joe. There's another guy called Bill. Bill has 3.5 GPA. He managed to score 2-1. He didn't even score 2-1 completely. But he's very personable. He's well-liked. He's outgoing. He's a good listener. Enjoys working with others and baits frequently. Who are you going to hire? Joe or Bill? Naomi is saying Bill, of course. Bill. Bill wins today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why are you going for Bill? Because there is nothing about Joe that sells him. His grade is selling his brain. It doesn't sell him. He's selling that somebody around your work is probably going to be doing research somewhere. He's not going to interact with people. Maybe you should work from home. He's already working remotely. You don't have anything that you want to connect with there. But Bill, even though he doesn't have a good result, because he's personable, because he is well liked. How is he well liked? Because he is selling himself. He has personal salesmanship. He has appeal. He enjoys working with others, and he takes his bath regularly. Ladies and gentlemen, if many of us are at the point in our journeys now where we are hiring people, you're hiring people either for NIN center, you're hiring people either for your trade partner center, you're hiring people either to do sales girl for you, to move your stockist positioning. Many people are hiring people. What you're looking for in anybody you want to hire is not how much of Queen's English they speak or how much intellect they have, but how personable they are, how likable they are, how can they sell. I tell people the only job that can never go out of fashion is knowing how to sell. It's sales. As a salesperson, I can go to any company in the world and tell them, don't pay me until I bring sales. Pay me a commission. People who know how to sell cannot be stranded. When you say, what do you want to do? I want to be a secretary. I just want to be sitting at the front desk. Even if you are going to be an exceptional person in the front desk, you must know how to sell. And ladies and gentlemen, selling can be learned. And that's why we have this sales mastery course. Over the course of the next 7 days, you're going to be getting ideas, you're going to be getting materials that will teach you how a buyer thinks. All of us are buyers. All of us buy. What we all have in common is that we spend money buying services, buying products, and buying people. We buy ideas. We buy into visions. We invest in things that have not been created before they were created. We buy land before the buildings are constructed. It means we bought into ideas. I remember, first out of employment, going into a lot of business, 2006, 2007, I organized people to buy acres of land in places I had never seen before. Selling. And why? Because everybody will sell. So I need to learn how to sell. I need to become a master in selling. Are we getting the message? Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any cost that is compulsory for your business, if there's any cost that should be prioritized for every distributor in our organization and in any organization of anybody who wants to sell, we must know how to sell. And we say, we are not retailers. Yes, we are not retailers. In the Green Monday business, you are networkers. In your whatever business, you may be doing anything. Whatever your preoccupation or occupation, you need to learn how to sell. Now, there are two contexts that are used interchangeably, and I want to talk about them also quickly. They are talked about interchangeably. One is selling, the other is marketing. And usually in a very big organization, they have both. They have marketing team who don't go out, and they have the sales team that goes out. But in small organizations, it all falls on the concept of sales. The guys who do sales also do marketing. Marketing is the process of educating and enlightening your customer about your product, about the price, about the place where they can get it, about the P's. Sales is the person who closes the transaction and allows the person who wants to be a buyer to make commitments. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter your temperament. It doesn't matter if you are shy or if you are bold, if you are choleric or if you are phlegmatic, if you are melancholy or sanguine. Everybody can sell. You only need to learn. Now, even in the sales ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, in the sales ecosystem, all salesmen are not equal. All saleswomen are not equal. All people involved in sales are not equal. And even in this class today, if we take a census, all people in this class today are also not equal. And what do I mean? Look at what statistics says. Statistics says, data says, 20% of salespeople make 80% of all the sales and 80% of the commissions. Where you find people who know how to sell, there is a top 20% that is achieving 80% of the results, and the remaining 20% are sharing, the remaining 80% are sharing 20% of the results. Okay, somebody says it's breaking. I saw that it broke for a while, actually. So let me see what I can do to ensure that it doesn't break. Let me try and shift. Okay, it's better now. Okay, good. Back. Are we back now? Is it clear now? Are we back now? We're back now. Okay, excellent. If it shakes again, I change. Better now. Thank you. Thank you. Now, sales, all salespeople are not equal. There are fantastic salespeople. There are average salespeople. And statistics shows us that the top 20% of salespeople are responsible for 80% of the results. 80% of the sales results are done by 20%. The remaining 80% of the people in sales are achieving 20%. Where would you like to be? If you would like to be among the top 20%, write top 20%. Write down top 20. Let me see that you're feeling me and hearing me. Top 20. Now, good. I can see that MI wants to be top 20. Naomi wants to be top 20. Okay, great. Wants to be top 20. What wants to be top 20? Now, if we're all top 20, it means the people that didn't attend this course will be the bottom 80%, who will be sharing 20% of the results. Now, statistics says 10% of all salespeople open 80% of new accounts. 80% of the new accounts are opened by 10% of the sales force. It means people who sign up new people, who bring new people on board, who get new people into their teams, who sell new clients, who get new shepherds, who get new companies, who get new clusters. 10% are the people responsible for 80% of the clusters. And guess what? The most exciting part says the top 10% of sales professionals today earn 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, and 20 times the average of the other 80 to 90%. Ladies and gentlemen, 80 to 90% of the sales force are earning a particular value. Some people are earning 20 times that value for just being among the 20%. Now, what qualifies you to be on the top 20%? One of the key things that qualifies you to be among the top 20% today is training. And that's why we're here. Because if you get access to the right training, you can be amongst the top 10%, you can be among the top 5%. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm passionate about this course, I will run this course. Now, this course, normally, we have the videos already pre-recorded. We have the assignments already that you do. But this time around, I have made up my mind that for the 10 days we'll run this, I will be available for 30 minutes every day to have this question and answer session to help you understand, internalize, and properly digest the concepts that we'll be sharing. Okay, I'm going to make myself available to ensure that I am available for you to internalize and understand very well all the key things. Okay, now what exactly is going to be the core of what we're sharing? I'm going to be sharing with you two key concepts. One, I'll be sharing with you the psychology of the buyer. And I'm going to teach you how to craft your messages, both on one-on-one meetings, both in letters, both in group presentations, both in all the different channels you will use to communicate. I'm going to teach you the concept of the buyers, how the buyer thinks, so that you can draft and draw your sales speech. Because it comes down to a pitch. Every time you want to speak to somebody, there's a way you need to arrange what you're saying. Where you want to write a letter, there's a way you should need to arrange your letter. Where you're developing PowerPoint slides, there's a way you arrange your PowerPoint slides. I create slides. If you've known, you see me creating different slides. You see me writing regularly. You see me sending updates. Everything is designed deliberately, not to scam people, not to con them, to help them, because people sometimes don't see or understand value when they see it. And except that value is sold, except that value is done the diligence of being correctly communicated within the syntax that the buyer understands, the buyer will miss it. Now, I'd like you to think back for the ladies in the house. You married the person you married. Is it possible that you could have married somebody else? The answer is yes. But some of us, finally, and for the guys, same thing as well. We marry who we marry because somehow they are able to speak our language. They were able to communicate with us in ways that we understood. There were people who are probably finer, maybe more intelligent, had more prospects, but they couldn't connect. Now, that concept of connect or carry along is basically understanding that I need to not speak my language, but speak the language of the person that I'm communicating with. And I'm not talking about Nigerian languages or English language. I'm talking about you are following the sequence of exactly how they are thinking. You are answering their unvoiced questions. So we'll talk about the psychology of the buyer, and then we'll talk about the processes of a sale. Now, many people are selling, I'm a bond seller. You will be amongst the 80-90%. You want to move into the top 10%, you need to understand the science behind selling. You need to understand how to frame your conversation. You need to understand how not to rush the entire sales process that should take longer, how not to rush it in a short period of time, how to take the discipline to ensure that you are not trying to achieve in one go what you should break into 3. Many people meet a customer or meet a prospect and bam, they evaluate the customer, evaluate the prospect in such a way that the person runs away. No. You need to understand that there are processes. I don't sell to you until, first of all, I try to gain your interest. It's when I've gained your interest and I've been able to help you develop desire for what I'm talking about, that is when I should now look for ways to get you to take action. Now, all of these key processes, all of these key philosophies and psychologies are the things that we're going to share over the next few days. Today, let me give you an introduction into why will a buyer buy from you? Now, there are questions going on in your buyer's mind. Hello? As I'm sure many people in this class today are saying, why will I pay for this training? Why should I pay? Now, this is value, but because value is not recognized as value, people ask questions. Why? And the first question a buyer is asking in his mind is why? Why? What exactly is this about? Why? Now, a buyer, before you engage him, is asking, why should I listen to you? Why? He's thinking, what's this about? So I'm walking along the road, I see somebody, I want to talk to the person, I have an idea I want to share with someone. The person is asking very quickly before I make my communication clear, the person is asking why. So, and the reason why they're asking why is because before somebody, there's this quotation we've had many times. It said, nobody cares what you know until they know how much you care. Write that down in your book. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Nobody cares what you are selling until you demonstrate that you care about them. Selling is not about making sure that you can finish the company products that are in your hand. Selling is not about making sure that you can finish the products in your inventory. Selling is about finding that buyer who is hungry enough for the food you have to sell. Selling is about making that person understand that what they need to solve their problem is the iPhone you are selling. Selling is about helping that person know that the easiest way to do what they want to do is through you. Selling is about letting somebody know that what you are doing without my service is struggling and killing yourself. Selling is the art of letting people know that your life can be so much more interesting and so much more exciting if you have what I'm offering. Selling is not dumping what you have on people. It's not selling ice to an Eskimo. Selling is helping people realize that with what you have to offer them, their lives can become better. Their lives can be more exciting. Their lives can be more fulfilling. Please, can you hear me? Somebody says no voice. Please, if you can hear me, help me let the person who says no voice know that there is voice. Okay, somebody says I can hear. So it's clear. So maybe you need to check your audio, maybe go in and come out so that you can hear as well. Very good. Now, how many of us would like to sell in a way that makes the person that we're selling to know that we are trying to help them, that we're trying to serve them, that we're trying to make their lives better? If you knew that selling was like this, will selling not be easy? Would it not be fun? Would it not be fun to basically get to people and show them that, look, this thing, your life is a mess without it. Your life is a struggle without this. If you have this, your journey becomes sweet. That now, until you are able to sell that way, you will be feeling guilty when you're selling. You'll be feeling like you're pressuring people. You'll be feeling like you're out of character. But if you are the kind of person who likes to make a difference, who likes to help people, who likes to better their lives, who likes to make their journey interesting, then guess what? Once you understand this way of selling, you will be more effective. So I'm going to close with the first key thought today. And then in the groups, the materials for today will be shared. Find time to go through them, a few videos, about 1 minute each, maybe like 7 of them. Listen to them. I will give you an assignment. Do the assignment before tomorrow at 8. And then let's meet back here and find out the progress you have made. Now, throughout the period of this training, every day, we will record the number of sales we made, the amount of sales we made in Naira value. Okay, so you report, I sold something, and this is the value I get. This is the value I got. Now, we told you I can sell vision, you can sell idea. All of this is also part of your selling as well. But because selling also is very integral to your making income, we're going to analyze it from a numbers point of view. And if you have other comments about other things you sold, and you're able to get people to go along with you, we would like to hear about that as well in the comment section. Now, what's the first question that a buyer is asking? Anybody? The person who gets this answer gets a gift when next they see me. What do you think is the first question on your buyer's mind as you approach your buyer? As you approach the person who wants to buy from you, What are they thinking? Cordelia says, why? No. Is this working? Please answer your question to panelists and attendees so that everybody can see your answer, so that they don't repeat it. Somebody says, is it working? Cost. Do I need this? How much? Okay. Okay. Very good. Anybody else? Good. Who is this? Somebody says, who is this? Who is this person who wants to sell to me? What value is he going to add? I like our thoughts. Are you telling the truth? Someone says, are you telling the truth? Okay, good. Let me tell you. In the buyer has 5 questions on their minds. And these questions are sequential. And if you understand these questions, this is how you should pitch every time you want to sell. Now, let me use somebody's example. Does anybody have something here? I know many people here have similar products that they want to sell. Does anybody here have a unique product that they are selling that I can use as an example? You have a unique product that is not a reader, is not a unique product, not a network marketing product, a unique product that you're selling. Anybody? I want to show you how you can sell it. Okay, somebody's selling shoes. Good. So let's use shoes, for example. Somebody says shoes. Somebody says interior design. Okay, good. Good. Now, listen, smoked catfish. Very good question. Very good. Very good. It's okay. No more. No more. Online course. Very good. Now, listen. Before you sell to anybody, I told you, nobody cares what you have. Your testimonies, whether it works, whether it doesn't work, whatever it is, nobody cares what you're selling or what you have until you show how much you care. So the first question the buyer is asking is, this person that is talking to me, do they understand my condition? Do they know me? Do they know what I'm going through? If you are going to be selling as a problem solver, if you're going to be selling from the angle of somebody who wants to help people solve their problems, you need to first of all demonstrate that you understand them. You first of all need to demonstrate that you understand them. And I'll show you an example. For many people here today who read the broadcast from me, which I shared on the Stockist page, I said, is there anybody here who has children between 7 and 18? It will be improper for me to sell you what I want to sell you if I don't know that you have the people who it will benefit. So the very first task that any salesperson has before they begin to open their mouths is to do a needs analysis. I first of all need to understand my buyer's needs. I need to know their conditions. I need to know their limitations. I need to know their opportunities. I need to know their needs. I must first of all try to understand, either by doing the direct research or using my eyes and my senses to quickly capture a few things to ensure that my first set of words already connects with them to say, how do you know? It must be going on in their mind. And it's not about what I want to sell. It's about them. Some people are out there thinking, what if they can give their children an advantage that they didn't have? Parents are worried about their children. And I know that as a parent, you may be worried about your children. And see, what edge can I give my children? Your children are in school, they are struggling, some of them are doing well. And you're saying, even if they do well, does that define how they will be in life? Even if they are struggling, does that define what it will be in life? Can there be something I can do to give them an edge? Did you know that some of the best brains in the world, the founders of Google, the founders of Facebook, and a few other things, actually did go to Montessori schools? Do you know that by teaching your children with Montessori, you can give them an edge? Now, what have I done? Before I shared my idea, and before I will share how it will work and all the things I will share, the first thing I need to establish is that you are my right audience. And if you're going to be my right audience, it means I have done a little work to understand that demography. I need to understand who I'm selling to. And I may not know you personally. I may just know that this is your age. I may know that this is the bracket you are in. And this is what is generic to people in that space. I need to first demonstrate that I understand what you're going through, what your conditions are, what your intentions are, what your opportunities are, and what your needs are before I can effectively sell to you. So typically when you're drawing the slides, for example, you say things like, are you interested in any of this? Financial freedom, retiring to passive income, time with the family, holidays, extra income. What are we trying to do? We're trying to establish that we know who we are talking to. Who we're talking to is a demonstration to the seller that I know who you are. I know your conditions. Because if I'm going to be able to help you, I need to know you. I need to know what I'm helping you with. You know, many people get into their houses and they feel bored. They feel bored that, this house has been the same way in the last 5 years, no excitement, no fun. And they are thinking, who will I call to come and help me with my interiors? Who will I call to help me do this? And they feel it's going to be expensive. What if I told you that you can get it done at very exciting prices, and with a few little touches here and there, you can bring this room back to life? What have I done? I first of all need to cast my picture in the image of the person, of understanding the person's needs. I'm not out to sell. I'm out to help. I'm out to consult. I don't want to sell ice to Eskimos. I want to sell ice to people in the desert. I want to sell heater to Eskimo. I want to first of all take my due diligence to understand the challenges and the needs of my customers, and then I settle in to share exactly what my idea is. It's always about an idea, but that idea must be planted on the soil of understanding my customers' conditions, the buyer's conditions, limitations, opportunities, and needs. If it's clear to you, type yes in that chat box. Write yes, 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 yes. While you're typing your yeses, I'll give you today's assignment very quickly. Good. Today's assignment: make sure that you go through all the videos that I shared. The first 2 days will be free for everybody. The third day is the day I will release the ebook. That's the day I will release the slides, the first set of slides. And from that third day, it will only be for people who have paid. You have done training before where it's only where you're collecting certificate that you pay. No, this time around it's changing. The next time we're running Sales Mastery, it will be more expensive. So I plead with you, participate with us in this one. It will serve you well, and you will achieve much more than the value that you paid in results. Our goals: between today and tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I want you to ensure that you have accomplished in sales nothing less than 200,000 naira. I know some people are petrified already. That is just technically 3 solution packs. You are not going to make sales happen if you are not looking out there to create interest, to find people who have challenges, to research people, to find people, to connect with new people. I want to start you off with a very major goal. Okay? So say, between today and tomorrow, push for this. It can be somebody who wants to buy solution packs. It can be 3 people who want to buy solution packs. It can be 1 person who wants to buy something or the other. Try for 200,000. Now, all of us will not achieve it. Those who achieve it will give a special gift in this class. But have that as a goal. Have that as a goal to go through all the materials. Have that as a goal to make sales worth 200,000 naira minimum between now and tomorrow. The hands can't hit what the eyes can't see. The starting point of all achievements is a dream. It's an idea. And once that idea is buried in your mind, your life will now work it out. So today is an introductory class. I hope with these few words of mine, you are able to start on the journey of becoming masters in selling. and join the top 10% who earn more than 20 times the others. I want to congratulate you ahead of what lies ahead of you. And I am sure that we'll have a fantastic class together. This is introductory class. That's why I'm taking long. In subsequent classes, you have your materials ahead. You go through them. You just come here to ask me questions and we'll be done. Thank you very much for listening. Have a beautiful rest of the day.